Welcome back to Rooted Insights, a podcast for women in their second season of life who spent years caring for everyone else, kids, partners, work, households, holding it all together while quietly putting your own needs on the back burner. If you now find yourself wondering, what's next for me? What do I really want from my life now? And how do I start prioritizing myself without dropping everything else? You're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Kelley, a health and well-being specialist and mind-body expert, and here we blend grounded, science-informed practices with real life so you can better support your hardworking nervous system, emotional well-being, and step more fully into your authentic self in this powerful second season of life. In earlier episodes, we've talked about your nervous system, the power of pause, boundaries without guilt, and redefining success from the inside out. Today, we're going to bring all that into one of the most sensitive areas of your life, your relationships. Specifically, we're going to talk about how to care for the people you love, partners, adult or teenage children, aging parents, coworkers, friends, without abandoning your own body, your own nervous system, and your own truth in the process. We'll explore a simple body-first, conversation-second framework and a few compassionate scripts you can use right away. If you've ever thought, I really love my people, but I'm so tired, this episode is for you. So let's start with an honest truth many women in this new mid-season of life are living. The people you love most may also be the biggest stressors on your nervous system. And that doesn't make them the villain or you the problem. It just means your system is overloaded and probably needs some adjusting. You might notice this in a few ways. Your chest tightens a bit when a certain name pops up on your phone. You brace or roll your eyes when your partner starts a familiar conversation. You feel a wave of exhaustion before you answer a text from a child or a friend who always needs emotional processing. Or you dread family gatherings, even though you may love your family. From the outside, you're the reliable one, the fixer, the emotional hub. But on the inside, your body's often saying, "This is too much for me alone." For many mid-season women, exhaustion has felt safer than saying no. We've been socialized to equate love with self-sacrifice and constant availability, and our nervous systems have been carrying that load for years. Today, I want to offer you another option. What if your relationships could become more honest and sustainable because you start listening to your body and nervous system, not in spite of it? From a nervous system perspective, relationships are not just emotional, they're physiological. Your system is constantly reading the people around you, tone of voice, facial expressions, posture, energy, and adjusting your internal state to match. This is called co-regulation. A few things are happening under the surface. When someone you love and care about is anxious, angry, or perhaps in crisis, your sympathetic system, which is your accelerator, can kick on. Your heart rate increases, breath gets shallow, your muscles brace, in order for you to respond appropriately. When you feel like you can't fix it or you're carrying too much for too long, your system can slide into more of a shutdown state. That numbness, exhaustion, checking out, over-pleasing to keep the peace, and so on. Over time, if your relationships repeatedly demand more than your system can safely hold, your body will start signaling louder and louder through tension, pain, fatigue, or resentment. None of this means you're too sensitive or not loving enough or caring enough. It means your nervous system is doing its job, trying to keep you safe and within your window of tolerance. Boundaries in relationships are one of the ways you say to your body, "I hear your limits, I'm going to honor them, I've got you." So here's the body first, conversation second framework. Before we even talk about what to say to someone, we're going to start with your body. Think of this as a 3-step framework you can use before responding to a request, a message, or a conversation. Step 1. Notice your body's first response. Next time someone reaches out or asks for something, like your time, your energy, your emotional bandwidth, see if you can pause for just 5 to 10 seconds and notice what your body does. Ask yourself, does my chest feel tight or heavy? Do my shoulders creep up toward my ears? Is my stomach feeling clenched or like it just suddenly dropped? Do I feel a wave of fatigue or exhaustion or desire to escape? These are nervous system cues. Even before your mind forms a story like, I should help or they'll be disappointed, your body is giving you real-time information, so trust it. Step 2. Give your nervous system a little mini reset. Before you reply, offer your system 30 to 60 seconds of regulation. You can choose one of these simple options or one of your own. First, you can try the grounded breath. Feel your feet on the floor or your body supported by a chair. Take a moment to soften your gaze onto your feet, just staring at your feet to make the connection for your body and mind that you're intentionally grounding in this moment. Then you want to inhale gently through your nose and exhale a little bit longer through your mouth. Repeat this at least 3 times. Make sure you're breathing deeply down into your belly as opposed to a shallow breath in and out only at the chest level. Next, you can try a self-compassion touch. I like to start this by rubbing my hands together to let my energy centers in my palms know I'd like to focus my energy on them. Then place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly so you can really feel it. Feel the warmth and pressure of your hands as you take a gentle cleansing breath in and then blow it out. Silently say to yourself, this is a lot. I'm doing the best I can. Everything's fine in this moment and I am safe. And finally, orienting to safety. 3, you want to let your eyes slowly scan the room. Find 3 things that feel neutral or pleasant. And rest your gaze on each of these things for a gentle in and out breath. You can silently say to yourself at the same time what each thing is to really ground yourself in that moment. Another version of this would be to name 3 things you can see, 3 things you can hear, and gently move 3 parts of your body, even as simple as blinking your eyes, smiling, or turning your head back and forth. You're not trying to make all discomfort disappear. Remember that you're in a physical body that's undergoing a great shift and change of state. Experiencing some discomfort is more normal than not normal. For this nervous system reset, you're simply helping your system shift a little closer to groundedness so you can respond from truth instead of pure survival. And finally, step 3, let your body have a vote in your answer. Once you've taken that small pause, ask yourself, if I say yes to this right now, how does my body feel? And then if I say no, or not right now how does my body feel? You're not looking for perfection. You're noticing which option feels like tightening and which feels like a bit more space. That sensation is part of your inner compass. From there, you can choose a response that honors both your nervous system and the relationship. Let's walk through a few common scenarios and offer some language you can adapt if it feels comfortable and relevant for you. These aren't rigid scripts, they're just examples, so feel free to make them sound like you. The key is blending care with clarity. Number 1, let's say you have an adult or teenage child who always needs you urgently right now. Even though you deeply love and care about them, your body still might feel tight, tired, or resentful when the repeated urgent text comes through, followed by the dreaded hello when you don't immediately reply. Some possible responses are, hey, I really care about what you're going through, and I also notice I'm quite tired right now. Can this wait, or can we talk this evening when I can be more fully present? Or try, I'm not able to talk in this exact moment, but I'd like to help you solve this. Let's set a time later today when I can give you my full attention. This tells your nervous system your limits matter, and it tells your child, you're loved, I care about you, but my capacity and boundaries are real. Scenario number 2. You have an aging parent who expects constant availability. Your body might feel heavy, guilty, or on edge when you think about their needs and the weight of responsibility on you. Possible responses for this are, I love you and I want to support you. I can help you with this on Saturday, but I'm not able to do it today. Or, I'm going to need to ask for some help with this. I can't carry all of it on my own anymore. Then see who you can find to support you with the situation. Remember, putting your oxygen mask on first is critical, especially when it comes to caregiving. Personally, I was a caregiver for more than a decade, and I can attest to the toll it takes on your body, mind, and soul. It is palpable and unsustainable without support. Carving out time off is critical if you want your body to be able to support and sustain you in the long run. This level of stress tends to settle deeply into our physiological and energetic systems. leading to physical and mental challenges down the road. By learning to set healthy boundaries and limits to your caregiving role, you're not withdrawing love or caring. You're actually sharing the load so your system can stay inside its window of tolerance, well-being, and sustainability. Scenario number 3. You have a partner who assumes you'll handle the daily logistics or emotional home-like details. Your body might tense up when they say, "Oh, hey, can you just take care of this?" Or, "Do you think you can pick something up?" Or, "How about not asking you at all, but expecting you'll get it done?" Managing all those so-called invisible tasks. And there's always the inevitable, "but you do it so much better" sales pitch. Some possible responses to this are, I've noticed I'm carrying a lot of the planning and emotional load for us, and my energy is paying the price. I need us to redistribute a few things. Or, "I'd love to help with this, and I also need you to take the lead on whatever it is this week, because my capacity is maxed out." Or, "I'm no longer going to take care of XYZ, so you'll have to take care of that from now on." Over time, this rewrites the old rule that your worth is tied to doing everything alone, or just taking care of it because you can, or have just always done it without complaint. And scenario number 4, work or community requests that tips you over the edge. Your body might feel anxious, tight, or even numb when you see yet another email asking for just one more thing. Some possible responses to this is, "Thanks for thinking of me, but I'm unavailable for that right now." Or, "That doesn't work for me this week, but here's what I can offer." Or, "I need to think about that and get back to you." Then actually check in with your body before answering. If your answer is no, honor that and reply with your honest no as a complete sentence. Ignoring the request, hoping it just goes away, does not help you in your desire and goal to set healthy, honest boundaries for yourself in this new season of life. And know that your body recognizes avoidance scenarios versus empowered choices. Each time you use one of these scripts, your nervous system gets to experience, "Hey, I set a boundary and I survived. I'm allowed to matter here. The relationship didn't implode." Or if setting a healthy boundary for you caused an issue with the other person, use that as information and perhaps a choice point to reevaluate the relationship a little deeper. I'd love to guide you through a brief relationship-focused reflection you can do later with the journal or in your mind right now. So think of one relationship that's important to you, but also draining your energy. Then ask yourself these questions. When I think about this person, where do I feel it in my body? Is it tension in my head, tight chest, clenched jaw, clenched fists, knot in my stomach, heaviness in my shoulders? And what's my body trying to tell me about the way I show up here? Maybe I'm always on call, I'm over-responsible, or I'm pretending I'm fine when I'm not. What small boundary, even 5%, that would help my nervous system feel safer in this relationship this week? That might look like not answering texts after a certain time, saying, "I can listen for 10 minutes right now and then I need to rest," or scheduling a check-in call on a specific day or time instead of feeling like you have to be available at any moment. You don't have to get it perfect. Every small, shaky boundary is still you teaching your system, "I'm allowed to be safe and honest in my relationships." Relationships are a two-way street. They need to work equally for both participants. As we close, you might carry these questions into a walk, your journal, or a quiet shower. Or am I saying yes in relationships out of obligation instead of truth? On which relationship constantly tightens my body before I even respond? What might that tension be trying to say to me? And what's one micro boundary that would help my nervous system feel even 5% safer this week? If this conversation helped you feel a little more seen in the places you're tired of carrying so much, I'd love for you to keep walking with me here. Follow, like, or subscribe to Rooted Insights, and if it feels supportive, share a thoughtful comment or one way you're choosing to set new boundaries for yourself in this mid-season of life. It truly helps other mid-season women find these grounded, honest conversations about nervous systems, relationships, and soul-aligned living. You're welcome to share this episode with a friend who's the strong one in her relationships, but whose body is exhausted. Your voice, your share, might be exactly what she needs to remember she's allowed to matter too. Remember, you're not behind. You're in a new season of your life, and your nervous system and your soul have carried you this far. You're allowed to let your relationships evolve to support you too. We're here, rooting in together, one boundary, one breath, one honest yes and no at a time. Thanks for being here. Until next time on Rooted Insights.